Pluto is a series created by the author Naoki Urasawa. Pluto is originally based on Osamu Tezuka's Astro Boy, however, with his own unique spin. The story stars a detective named Gesich as he attempts to uncover the mystery behind a case of robot and human deaths. Pluto showcases themes such as what it defines to be human, the moral and ethical questions of creating artificial intelligence, the nature of consciousness, and the relationships among humans and robots. Pluto also raises some philosophical questions such as identity, free will, and the consequences of playing God by creating artificial life. So join us as we tackle the deep series that is Pluto. Pluto and Astro Boy focus on two different sets of stories. Astro Boy is more of hero to Tokyo, basically just fighting weekly villains, eventually moving up to the reoccurring villains, and it doesn't go anywhere further than that. If there was a story behind it, at least. It was hidden in plain sight. Pluto goes in the complete opposite direction in this world. There is no good or evil. Pluto allows us to go deeper into the messages that Astro Boy was trying to say, but in a more modern setting, and mixing it more modern.
Characters between Pluto and Astro Boy. Compared to the original designs in Astro Boy, the seven robots that we focus on, the designs used in the story were completely changed to fit the narrative of the story that Pluto is trying to convey. These design changes were well made because they needed to look like a Pacific way in Pluto. For examples, Hercules and Brando, which are two out of the seven robots, were made into wrestlers. And I think that was a good choice on the creator's part because it's another way to show how humans look down on robots and can care less about how robots feel or want to be. All humans want is entertainment and to use them for their benefit. It is demeaning how they ran the fights. They were pitted against each other, and it didn't even matter if they got hurt or damaged. Even in different lines of work, when they are no longer useful, they get destroyed. They can always be rebuilt or resetted.
Pluto includes the idea of humans' fear of advanced AI technologies and machines, which was appropriate for its time. This can be compared to Astro Boy, which was inspired from nuclear power and the destruction it caused during its time. While AI is currently not at an advanced level in modern times, Pluto was set in a world where AI is nearing the peak of its development. Pluto explores how it is like living with AI that almost replicates the human mind and the fear of them becoming too human. Discrimination is a common reaction towards robots, which is even experienced by the main character, Gessex. Despite his physical appearance and speech being almost indistinguishable to humans, he is a robot, and once that fact is learned, he receives reactions of disgust. Many humans have this belief that robots are supposed to be programmed to behave obediently in front of its master, as a way to reject the idea of robots living and acting like humans. However, even with all this hatred for robots, there are humans that accept them and even fight for rights for robots. Pluto explores a world of hope and fears of what it is like to coexist with advanced AI.
Overall, Pluto has strong themes and characters, but it does detract from the powerful narrative. The ending is a bit clunky with the plot and themes mishmashing with each other. It can be confusing and a bit disappointing, yes, but no. The conclusion of Pluto just solves all of the problems off screen, which can be frustrating. It should have been left longer to conclude Gesich's story instead of the cliffhanger that we were left on, but it roughly stays on track. All of these points are both in the anime, Pluto, and the original arc, but there are some variation among these because the anime adds more context, nuance, and depth. What Pluto is trying to explore was the consequences of war, the cycle of hatred, love, forgiveness, racism, and oppression. Pluto is one of those animes I think represents the classism problems in their story when you watch the anime. You can see the difference between how humans are treated in the world and how the robots are treated, what jobs they take, how they're supposed to react, and how they're only allowed to be servants to humans and nothing more. It can be pretty bleak when I think that's the main theme, but otherwise, Pluto is a beautifully complex story. Throughout our many complaints and opinions, we did enjoy viewing this anime.